Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I'm William Hyman, your host, and you're at Just Force 911, where we look at the way public officials do their job or not. This one comes from us from via Israel. He has the YouTube channel We the People University. Go over and check him out. Tell him I sent you. Please subscribe to his channel. And if you like the video, hit his like button. It helps the algorithms. Not really sure what that means, but I'm learning quickly. Go to my site and subscribe and hit the like button. And if you guys like it, leave me a comment. If you don't like it, leave me a comment. I love reading your guys' comments. My girl thinks I'm crazy, but hey, that's probably true. Look what I do for a living. Check this out. This is a sergeant a former sergeant who gets sued for abusing or using excessive force on a gay person. And we'll talk more about this after the video. Check this out. See what you guys think. Let me know. And go over to We the People University and check them out, please. They got some really, really good information. Elvira does a wonderful job of explaining what's going on. He's an ex-police officer, ex-sheriff, or sheriff's deputy, and he does a really, really good job. He gives you a lot of information, and I would say that 99% of his stuff is factual. So check this out and let me know what you guys think. Thank you.
Officers came to the home of Gustavo Alvarez, suspected of driving on a suspended license. Alvarez is grabbed by officers, and Sergeant Wayne Benitez is seen slamming Alvarez's head into the windshield.
Think you're a tough guy? I'm bleeding. You're going to be bleeding a whole lot more.
Welcome back to We the People University. My name is Abaya Israel, former police officer and former sheriff's deputy. Today we're going to look at the Palo Alto Police Department located in the state of California, where a retired police officer, a sergeant, pled guilty to assaulting a gay man while making an arrest. And you might ask the question, well, what does it matter if he's gay or not? And that's a great question. But let's watch the video, and we're going to jump more into that a little later. Let's check this out.
Did he cross the line? New revelations about a Palo Alto police officer accused of roughing up a city resident during an arrest.
He was officially known as Palo Alto Police Sergeant Wayne Benitez, but according to recent court records, other officers in the department also referred to him as the Fuse and appeared to celebrate that reputation for using force. February 2018, a surveillance camera outside Gustavo Alvarez's home captures a group of Palo Alto police officers converging at his front door, ordering him to come out of the house. One officer says he spotted Alvarez driving on a suspended license.
So let me just say right here, according to the attorney of the man in the video, the officer who conducted the stop did not know for sure if his license was suspended, nor was he sure if that man who they arrested was actually driving the vehicle. And the judge agreed. All charges were dropped that we're about to see coming up here shortly. Also, the police report of all the abuse that we're about to see was never mentioned. This video was hid for at least 1 year before it finally came out to the public.
Come on out! Come on out! Or we're going to break down the door. Come on out or we're going to kick the door in.
Wow, you have a warrant?
We don't need one! Come on out! Yeah.
Coming out!
Come on out! Come on! Come on! Come on!
As we first reported 3 years ago, Sergeant Wayne Benitez appears to strike Alvarez at least once during the arrest.
Shut up.
Moments later, the officer slams Alvarez's head into the windshield of his parked car.
Think you're a tough guy? Huh?
My face went to the windshield.
I'm bleeding. You're going to be bleeding a whole lot more.
Later that night, Benitez's body-worn microphone captures this candid commentary from the officer.
You know, how quickly they behave once we put our foot down, and that's what we don't do enough of.
Then later,
We're not going to get on out here by these freaking lowlights.
Benitez also seemingly mocks Alvarez for being gay.
Right inside, and then stood it to death. He's gay.
These recordings bring to life what we've already known. They also support what I talk about in my book. I go into details, about the culture that is inside the police department. These things are always okay to do. They're always okay to do, as long as the chief allows it. And when these things happen, there's no disciplinary actions. There's no one getting fired. There's no one being arrested. These things continue to happen. And when they do come to the forefront, you may see a police chief or a sheriff here and there pretend like they're holding their officers responsible, but it's just a cover. It's a sacrifice. We're going to throw you guys out there. Hey, you're good as long as you do it, but once you get caught, you're on your own. Now, earlier when I started the video, I made mention that the man who was arrested was a gay individual. So why did I say that, and why is it even important? Why is it even been mentioned? Because that's his personal choice. Well, this is why. I'm going to read this, and this just is a quick Google search that we all can do. Hate crime. A crime typically one involving violence that is motivated by prejudice on the basis of ethnicity, religion, or sexual orientation. With that being said, when these officers realized that this man was a gay individual, and the use of force, although this is normal for them, but the use of force that was used upon this individual, and then to mock him for being gay, I'm wondering, I'm trying to figure out, why was this not charged as a hate crime? Why was it only assault? I think the charges should have been more than what they were.
Palo Alto City settled a lawsuit from Alvarez for more than $500,000 and agreed to put every officer in the department through 2 hours of mandatory LGBTQ awareness training. Benitez retired from the department, and Santa Clara County's district attorney later charged him with 2 misdemeanors, assault by a public officer and filing a false police report. Now, court records from that criminal case raise new questions about Benitez and about the culture within Palo Alto's police department.
Unfortunately, there's this type of cop on every department, at least one. I know of one that was on the department I worked for. We worked separate shifts, so I never witnessed this personally myself. But I did hear stories of the exaggeration or the overuse of force that these officers use. And again, when it's the culture of the department, no one says anything. Even if you report it, it just goes unanswered. This happens with every department.
One transcript shows text messages between 2 Palo Alto officers from the night of Alvarez's arrest. One of the officers, Agent Thomas DeStefano Jr., was there. Quote, "You missed out. The fuse was lit tonight," DeStefano writes Officer Kevin Malarkey, who was not at the scene. The fuse, according to prosecutors, was Benitez's nickname within the department.
The fact they called Benitez the fuse, your reaction to that?
That does not surprise me, because he went from here to 100.
Officer Malarkey responds by saying, quote, "My favorite thing ever. I saw it go off before when I was brand new, and I was like, this is what it's like in Los Angeles." The transcript shows Agent DeStefano replies, "Yup, it happened tonight." Then Officer Malarkey praises Benitez even further, typing out, "Amazing, I love it. That's a 100% real cop right there. Amazing, I love it. That's a 100% real cop right there."
It makes me angry because they were not reacting professional. Just need to change the police department completely.
And this is obviously clear-cut, objective evidence that this is a culture that exists.
San Jose attorney Cody Salfin represented Alvarez and says the messages show a toxic culture at the department that goes well beyond Sergeant Benitez.
They knew that something horrible had occurred, and they weren't condemning it. They were celebrating it. They didn't stand up against what was blatantly illegal and wrong.
Attorney Salfin later filed another lawsuit against Palo Alto's police department over the forceful arrest of his client, Julio Arevalo, in 2019 by Agent DeStefano. Agent DeStefano is no longer with Palo Alto's police department, though police officials won't say why. We reached out to the attorneys for Benitez and DeStefano and directly to Officer Malarkey, but never heard back from anyone. Palo Alto Police Chief Robert Johnson also declined our interview request, citing the pending court cases. An interesting side note, Chief Johnson is now running for Santa Clara County Sheriff, seeking to replace Sheriff Laurie Smith, who announced she will not run for re-election this year in wake of several scandals during her time in office. I'm Stephen Stock, NBC Bay Area News.
So when I wrote my book, I was a little hesitant about the things that I was saying inside. Not because they were not true. It was because I was trying to be so transparent that people would probably believe they are not true. So when I saw this story, I was like, yes, this is something I definitely need to cover, because I want you all to see that it's not me making these things up. You know, I'm not some, as the cops say when they write me in the email, some bitter cop or ex-cop who couldn't make it as a cop, and I'm just doing YouTube videos. No, it's not that. These are facts. All right. I'm on the East Coast of the United States. This story took place on the West Coast of the United States. I was nowhere near it, but yet the same exact thing is happening there that happened in all departments. So when I saw the video, I'm like, this is a great video that supports, and hopefully people that read the book, you guys will see, like, this is 100% true. This is the culture of departments. This is why it's so important for us to know our rights, and not just know our rights, because a lot of times they're violated anyway, but to record the police. Because without the video that we saw in this particular situation, who knows where this would have been left. The cops, the Palo Alto Police Department, they attempted to hide this video for a little over a year. Luckily, it did come out. And as you guys may have heard inside of the video, there was a lawsuit that was filed and won over a little over $500,000 for the victim in this particular video. Always record the police. This is the culture. This is what we're dealing with in America, and it doesn't look like it's going to change anytime soon. Make sure you know your rights. Record the police. With that being said, We the People University, signing off.
Yeah. Something you guys have to remember is that the way the police officers act comes from the chief. Now, I have said this, I have heard this, I have seen this. If you have bad cops, it's because of your chief. If you have good cops, it's because of your chief. The chief is the one that makes the rules of how the officers engage themselves. So it's not just a problem with the fuse, this sergeant. It's a problem with the command authority that's running the police department. People, we need to get transparency. The cops say they want it. They don't. It's just lip service. We need to get these bad cops, regardless of where they are, whether they're in the command, whether the police chief, whether it's the officers. If they're bad, they need to go. You need to follow the Constitution of the United States of America. You swore an oath to it. You need to follow it, and we're going to hold you people accountable. This is picking up traction, people. I need your guys' help out there, you citizens, and also you good cops. We need your help to get these qualified immunity butt huggers to lose their qualified immunity so they can be dealt with in the court system. If they end up in prison, so be it. They cannot retire and get away with this. This needs to stop. It needs to stop now. I'm calling for everybody to help, citizens and the good cops out there. Help us fix this qualified immunity. Help us get these bad cops out of service and strip them of their qualifications so they can't just go to another department. They need to be held accountable. So go over to Vira Israel's page, We the People University. Tell him I sent you. Check out his book. It's a great read. And he also has an ebook that tells about the culture of policing in America, besides the book he wrote. And, yeah, Vira is a very, very good person, in my opinion. He was a police officer and a deputy sheriff. However, the culture did not jive with his belief system because he actually believes in the Constitution of the United States, and they were trying to force him to abuse that authority. So, anyway, just my comment, guys, but go to my page, subscribe, hit the like icon if you like it, hit the thumbs down if you don't. It's your opinion. It's none of my business. Leave a comment because I love reading comments. Thank you all, and you have a great and wonderful and blessed day.